Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di and today I'm sharing with you my August manga haul. I am very surprised at how small it is. I actually thought I bought more than I did, but it is very small this month, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. I have some titles in here that I really want to get to right away, so that's a great thing. So let's get into it. We have volume 7 of Yakuza Fiancé by Asuka Konishi. This one's published by 7 Seas, rated older teen. So this one follows our two main characters here, and they're both grandchildren of Yakuza gang leaders, and the grandfathers have been friends for a long time, and they've decided to have their grandchildren marry in order to bring their gangs together. And so our female character here ends up moving to Tokyo, to where his family is, to start that process going. They're still in high school when this story starts, and so it's a story about them getting to know each other, and both of them have like quirks. They're not Yakuza members, but they have personality traits that are kind of Yakuza-like. You know, it's also about them like just getting to know about each other, and because they are grandchildren of Yakuza leaders, trouble follows them, and there are always people out to get them. And so it's just a really interesting story. It's kind of a lot of hijinks, but at the same time there are like mysterious and kind of serious situations that they get into because of the lives that their grandfathers lead. And so it's been very interesting. I'm very interested to see where this volume is going to go, because it seems like the relationship aspect is going to start progressing, and they're finally kind of on the same page with each other. And so really looking forward to getting into this one. I immediately had to go out and get this one because I read volumes 4, 5, and 6, I think, in August, and just had to get this one. So I got it now, and now that I've hauled it for you, I can read it. So that's great. I'm going to read it very soon. Picked up volume 24 of Bungo Stray Dogs. This is story by Kafka Asagiri and art by Sango Harukawa. This one's published by Yen Press, rated older teens. So this is a story that follows our armed detective agency and their battles with the Port Mafia. It's very mysterious. Our members all have supernatural abilities, and it's very interesting. We really enjoy Bungo, and so had to pick this one up. Demon Slayer Kimetsu Academy Volume 3. This one has story and art by Natsuki Hokami, based on Koyoharu Gotoge's Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. This one is published by Viz, rated teen. So this is a bunch of hijinks of our members from the Demon Slayer story, and they have been chibified as well. I haven't actually gotten into this series yet, but we really enjoyed Demon Slayer. It was quite the surprise to me, and yeah, it's still one of those stories that we think about often, and we really enjoy it, and so had to go ahead and get this series as well, just to have a little bit more time with those characters. In volume 3 of Yorha Pearl Harbor Descent Record, this is a Nier Automata story. Original concept by Yoko Taro, art by Megumi Sotamichi. This one's published by Square Enix, rated older teen. So this is part of the Nier Automata franchise. I believe this is the prequel story to the games, and it is referenced within the games. My daughter has been playing Nier Automata again. When she first started, she wasn't really into it, but she's definitely into it now, and she's been really enjoying her exploration of the world and playing the games. I will say that we read volume 1 of this series, and while it was entertaining, there were some aspects of the story that I didn't enjoy, and so I am kind of still on the fence about this series, but I'm interested to see where it's going to go. This one follows a group of automated mechanical fighters. They're all female, and they have been shipped off from space to reclaim the Earth. So the story follows them arriving on the Earth and immediately falling into battle with the, what is it? Machine life form invaders. That's what they're calling them, to try to take back the Earth. So, like, this unit was specially made so that the humans wouldn't have to have casualties in this war, which kind of falls in line with something else I've been reading lately. If you've been watching my Desis 19 Diaries, I have been reading 86, and in that one, they're also fighting a war against machines, and there's a rumor of the war being fought by other machines so that there's no mass casualties, but that's not what's actually happening. So a little bit of a similar storyline with this one, but again, we're dealing with all female robots in this one, and their struggles trying to reclaim Earth for humanity. And there, like I said, there were some things that happened in the first volume that I didn't appreciate, but I do find their fight to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to try to achieve what they were sent to the Earth to do. And so, yeah, we ended up picking up this one. And like I said, my daughter's really enjoying her playthrough of the Nier video game. And so, yeah. We have volume 29 of Blue Exorcist. This one is by Kazue Kato, published by Viz, rated older teens. So this one follows Rin, who is the son of Satan, and he doesn't find out until he's like a teenager that he actually is, and he has all of these abilities, and then something happens where he's now decided that he is going to exterminate Satan, whatever it takes. He ends up going to this magical academy to learn to become an exorcist, and so we follow him throughout his journey of making friends, honing his abilities, and fighting some people who are out to do no good. Let's just say that. I have not been reading this series for a bit because my daughter is almost up to date. She knows how much I dislike cliffhangers, and where I stopped is where she told me that, yeah, you might want to wait a little bit before you read anymore because there's something brewing at the moment. And so I've kind of been waiting. I'm not sure if whatever she said was brewing ends here, but I'm going to have to wait for her to tell me. I know she's been waiting for this volume to come out for a bit. But we really enjoyed the series. We've watched the animes, really enjoyed it, and so had to continue to pick up the Blue Exorcist. Got volume 12 of Mission Yozakura Family. This one is by Tsuji Gundaira, published by Viz, rated teen. So this one follows a guy who lost his parents, and he's best friends with this girl. They've kind of grown up together, and for reasons, he ends up joining their family, and ends up finding out that their family is a group of spies. And so now that he's part of the family, he needs to also learn how to become a spy, not only to preserve his life, but also help to protect his best friend and the lives of her family members. So it's a really interesting story. It is full of hijinks. I believe there's an anime now. We did start watching a few weeks ago before the Olympics started. We watched a few episodes and I really enjoyed it. I do enjoy this series quite a bit as well, and so had to pick this one up. Another one, I read the volume recently. I'm like, oh, I need the next volume right away. This is volume 2 of The Red Thread. This has art by Hibiko Haruyama and original story by Lazy Sheep. So this is a Thai BL light novel that was adapted into this manga. This one's published by Yam Press, rated older teen. And this one says that it's rated older teen for language, sexual content, and violence. So this one follows our two characters here, and they kind of have a Romeo and Juliet story at the beginning of the first volume. And so now we're in their next life, and both of them kind of know that they're looking for somebody, but don't know exactly who they're looking for. They have dreams that kind of are snippets of their past lives, but they don't know it. And so our character here ends up entering college and making some friends, and that is where he meets, I believe this guy's name is Dean. And he knows right away that Dean has been the one that he's been looking for, but he doesn't know why. And so they're getting to know each other, and hopefully they're going to be able to have the relationship that they weren't able to have in their past life. So it's a past life kind of Red String of Fate story. I really enjoyed the first volume, and I absolutely needed to have the next volume. And so now I have it, and so I'll be reading this one very shortly as well. Very, very cute story. Definitely some hard situations, especially at the beginning of the first volume, because like I said, they have a little bit of a Romeo and Juliet situation going on. But I enjoyed the story so far, and I'm looking forward to continuing. Saw this one at the store. This is Watch Dogs Tokyo, Volume 1 by Seiichi Shirato and Shuhei Kamo. This one is published by Tokyo Pop, rated teen. So this one says, when the Tokyo metropolitan government applies a new urban infrastructure management system called JCTOS, it appears to be an instant success, improving citizens' lives. But there are secrets lurking behind its creation. After some off-the-book sleuthing, Inspector Goda Gordon understands the grip that JCTOS has on every aspect of the government, including its police department. Soon he realizes that his only option to fight the injustice and corruption in his city may lie in the hands of a group of vigilante hackers known as DedSec. So it sounded really interesting. I had not heard about this one before, but I tend not to purchase Tokyo Pop titles because a lot of the Tokyo Pop titles are available for me to read on Hoopla, which is a digital platform that my library offers as a way for me to borrow like books and manga, magazines, music, and TV shows and movies. And so I find a lot of the Tokyo Pop titles are on there, but every once in a while there's one that isn't. At the time when we purchased this one was not part of the Hoopla selection that I have available to me from the library, and it sounds really interesting. Definitely sounds mysterious, and it's right down my alley. Handed this one off to my daughter while we were at the store. She's like, yeah, that sounds like it's going to be good, so I'm really excited to see what this one's all about. And then I picked up 2 light novels. So I have Disney's Twisted Wonderland, Rose Red Tyrant, the novel. This was written by Jun Hioki, and illustrations and original concept by Yana Toboso. So this one's published by Viz, and there is no age rating on this, but I think the manga is rated teen. So, Twisted Wonderland is a story about a guy who ends up getting picked up by a carriage and transported to this like magical academy. And in this academy, all of the people that go to the academy have magical abilities, but our main character does not. And nobody knows why he was picked up by the carriage. The carriage is supposed to only pick up people who belong at the school. And so he's there with no abilities. And at this school, they have 7 houses, I believe, and the 7 houses are inspired by Disney villains. So each head of house has the traits of these specific villains. So in this arc, we're dealing with the head of the Heartslabial. I think that's what the house is called. House. After a quick flip through of this, it is slightly different from the manga. I am currently reading the manga. There are 4 volumes in the Heartslabial arc, and I just read the 2nd volume last week, or was it this week? And there's slight differences, but I'm looking forward to seeing what I think about the light novel version, because I typically do enjoy the light novel editions more than the manga adaptations, just because I find that with light novels, because you don't have to save space with all of the animated stuff and try to condense down the story, you get a broader picture of what's going on, and more details can be provided because you've got pages that you can fill. And so I'm looking forward to reading this, plus with illustrations by Yana Toboso. She doesn't do the illustrations for the manga, though I enjoy the art style in the manga of Twisted Wonderland. I do enjoy Yana Toboso's art style as well, and so I'm really looking forward to getting into this one. This kind of has the feel of the most recent Black Butler animated arc to me, because we're dealing with a school that has houses, and so some of the feel of what's going on felt very familiar. And then just with Yana Toboso being a part of it, plus I think Wakana Hazuki and Sumire Kono, who also work on Twisted Wonderland, also worked on Black Butler. So lots of ties there. I am really enjoying Twisted Wonderland, the manga, and I think I'm going to enjoy this light novel a lot as well. So I'm looking forward to this one. It's a lot thicker than I thought it was going to be. This edition does include French flaps, and there is a beautiful color pull out of our main character, or I should say our main dorm leader for this arc. So really looking forward to this. And then, of course, I had to pick up My Happy Marriage, Volume 7, in the light novel. I think you can tell there's a big event that's going to happen in this one, and I've been looking forward to it from the beginning of this series. So this one is published by Yen On, rated ages 13 and up, so that is teen. So this story starts out as a Cinderella retelling, very, very similar to Cinderella. But in this world, there is a supernatural element to it. So, like our character here, Kyoka, is part of a special military unit that deals with supernatural issues. And lots of people like Kyoka have abilities. And then you've got people who don't have abilities, who aren't looked on as kindly in society. And there's conspiracies going on. And so we kind of finally finished an arc at the end of Volume 6 of the light novel. So now we're kind of starting our journey of what this series is titled, My Happy Marriage, for our two characters here on the cover, I believe. So I'm really looking forward to it. This is a really, really slow burn romance. But there's a lot of other things going on, especially, like I said, with government conspiracies and rebellion and other things going on. And, our characters learning to open up to each other, because each of them have had difficulties with that, especially with our female character here and her life before getting engaged to Kyoka. And so, yeah, very, very sweet, slow burn romance. I really, really enjoy this couple, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this volume entails. So, yes, I enjoy the art on these covers as well. I have not read the manga adaptation of this series yet, but just in looking at the differences in the animation of the manga and these covers, I much prefer these covers. But the story is just so good. I really, really enjoy it. And so I'm looking forward to getting to this one as well. So, yes, that is everything that I picked up in the month of August. So, yeah, I definitely have a couple of things that I do still need to pick up, but I've got a lot of things going on in September, so we'll see what my buying is like for the month. But I'm really, really happy with all of these volumes that we have picked up. Even though it's a small haul, it's full of things that I'm very interested to get to very soon. And so that's great. So let me know down in the comments below what you've picked up in the month of August. Have you read any of the things that I have picked up myself? And if you have, let me know what you thought of them, but please no spoilers. And if nothing else, and you'd just like to let me know that you were here, if you could leave me any card suit emoji for Twisted Wonderland, like a heart, diamond, spade, or club. That would be greatly appreciated. That would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.